speaking with Nick Holthouse this morning on JustStocks from Meteoric Resources. Nick, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. Nice to be here.
Big update, Nick, from you last week here, reporting a significant increase in the resource for the Caldeira Project. Just tell us a bit more how it came about.
Well, it's something we've been working towards over the last 6 months or so, Andrew. There's no real secrets there. The previous work that was undertaken by JogMec was very shallow drilling, so we knew that there were opportunities below that. So, we've got our own rig on site now. We've built up our own capacity with our own drilling team, and drilling down to the basement level and understanding those opportunities, not only for the resource but also for the metallurgical recoveries, has been key for us. So Soberbo was the first cab off the rank, so to speak, and it certainly delivered. We knew there was extra depth and extra volume in those resources. We're seeing pretty much the same grade, so no real surprises there. That was very much expected, but we're seeing now an improved confidence around the resource. Soberbo is now up to the indicated standard, and certainly a lot more tons that are coming into the resource.
And you say magnetic rare earths, they account for nearly a quarter of the resource now, do they?
They certainly do, Andrew, and we're seeing it's more of the same essentially as what we were seeing in that surface level drilling that JogMec had undertaken back in 2016 to 2019. That tenor hasn't really changed, and it bodes really well, in fact, for a very nice and attractive basket that we can take to market.
So what's in terms of upcoming news flow, Nick, these results here, these will feed into a scoping study, will they?
They certainly will. So the scoping study work is essentially complete, but what has been lacking with that scoping study is the measured and indicated resources to support the financial metrics for that study. So Soberbo's first cab off the rank, we're going to see the Capo Demel resource delivered to market in the next few weeks. And once we have those two, there's going to be enough tons and grade there of sufficient categories, so measured and indicated, to go forward and deliver that scoping study. So we're looking to do that sometime in June. So very excited about bringing that forward. There's some great metrics in the scoping study around CapEx, but more exciting to me, really around OpEx. These things are very much OpEx driven. If you want a project which is going to be resilient and be able to weather those pricing, those very low pricing cycles that we're seeing coming out of China at the moment, operating cost is key.
And I see within the announcement, Andrew describes the size of the project as staggering. So clearly an asset here of plenty potential.
Absolutely. The target was to get to 200 million tonnes of measured and indicated, but I think by the time we get there, we're going to be looking at a resource which is going to be heading towards the 1 billion tonne mark. So staggering is probably a very good word to summarise that.
And Nick, I know you've recently just arrived back in Australia. You've been on the road in the States for about a month. How are the conversations? How are the comments towards Caldeira?
Well, I guess the interest in Caldeira is growing in that part of the world. The discussions in Washington were really a carry on from those initial conversations we started in October last year. There's a lot of support in Washington for this project. We are clearly looking for financing support, and that is certainly starting to coalesce. We're starting to see some real traction there. So over the next few months, Andrew, we're very much looking forward to bringing some good news to market around that.
Great to see you, Nick. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Andrew.